welcome to Chapman's Corner. Today I'm going to take you through my weekend at Croft for round 5 of the F1000 Championship 2024.
These F1000 cars are the quickest cars really in the 750 Motor Club, running with slick tyres, the downforce. No other car really gets anywhere near the pace that these cars do.
So we're going back to where it all started last year. My first race, Darlington, Yorkshire. This track is a proper driver's circuit.
What's it like here at Croft? Because I'm guessing it's not as difficult as somewhere like Cadwell, but
it's a hard track to race this. There's certain places you have to be obviously careful with. It is high braking zone, so you just have to trust the person next to you and the person obviously that you're overtaking, that they're not going to turn in and that they've seen you. So it is doable to overtake, and it does produce good racing.
In a single race, we had 2 cars sideways, me attempting off-road rallying, and even someone's suspension failing in a braking zone.
That is the number 24 of Bert Chapman. Yeah, whenever I speak to drivers, even the Formula V drivers, they mention that this circuit is so physical.
Yeah, it's nuts. I mean, you're just looking at going through that first chicane. It's 90, 95 miles an hour in these. The back section, the S's, you're looking at 100. You're going through. You're shifting up from 5th to 6th, mid S, whilst trying to turn with one hand. And then that section going into sunny in, sunny out. You're coming into a braking zone at like 135. Whilst braking, turning in, like it's just nuts. Yeah, trying to get all of that in a car this quick, yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Coming down the pit straight, short shifting a little bit here just because it was testing only. Wouldn't usually really get as much to 6th. Braking zone, 4th gear is a fast right hand about 80 mile an hour. You've got the gravel here, so you've got to be really careful. There's another braking zone into a sweeping right hander. That inside curb's very bumpy. So here you're short shifting to 4th. Very bumpy right left chicane there. Dealing with a little bit of oversteer. Didn't want to hit the grass there because there's a huge bump. So shifting up the gears here. Heavy braking zone, big bump there, so you've got to be careful not to lock up. 3rd gear, missing the apex there, but big bumps on the exit as well. Shifting up the gears, this is a really fun bit of the track. So left, right, flicking up to 6th. Big runoff there. Fast right hander into a big braking zone down to 4th, turning in, then letting the car run out, trying to take some of that curb. And this is all on the throttle here. I mean, I was a bit hesitant, but the faster guys do keep it pinned all the way through there. Braking down to 4th, you want to hook it on the left side, so missing it going wide here, but you want to keep it on the left. So now turning right, 2nd gear, dealing with some oversteer, trying to keep it to the right. Back on the brakes, trying to turn in as late as possible because it's a late apex. Back on the throttle, using as much of the curb as possible on the exit. Missing a gear.
How's qualifying gone?
It was okay, so qualified 12th. I had a bit of an issue, so I couldn't find 6th gear. So to be honest though, at Croft, maxing 5th out isn't the end of the world. Did okay, got 3 laps disallowed though, unfortunately. So track limits out of the S's, nearly died going through there as well, massive save. So yeah, I came in, heart was going a bit fast, but feeling good for the race. Definitely, I was the 2nd off my pace yesterday, so I definitely got time in it, and race pace is usually better.
Jumping straight into race 1 then. Fairly eventful start here. So you want to watch Kaylee on the right there. Slightly early start. I'm creeping but behind the line. Bogged down a little bit. So Dave goes up the right of us, but you see James Clennell stalled there, so we go flying past. We miss a gear, so Mark Betts gets round the outside of us. This bloody gearbox, honestly. So following the guys into turn 1. And Chris Keir goes round the outside with a great move, and I get blocked here by Mark, so Chris is going to go around the outside, and now this is his line into the chicane. So we short shift up to 4th because we're looking more at the exit than the entry here, dealing with a bit of oversteer. So catching him a little bit in a slipstream, but 6th gear just isn't there, so thinking it would be. Braking down into 3rd, keeping up with the guys, dealing with a bit of oversteer again. Jumping forward towards the end of the lap. Chris locks up, and Chaz over on the right over there has managed to lock up and go onto the grass. Chris locks up again. He was actually dealing with a broken diff, so very impressive drive for him to keep it on the track. Locks up again. So trying to V it, trying to get a better run on the straight, but just don't really have the drive. Weird things going on with the gears again. So we're skipping ahead a lap. Getting chased by James Hill here. extending 5th, trying to launch it down the inside of Chris. Don't really have the line there, so James capitalises, and great move around the outside going onto the dirt. So a lap later, we tried to set it down the inside of James. Wasn't really a move on there, so we compromised ourselves. And Chaz, who earlier went off onto the grass, manages to get past us, and we drop another position. A few laps later, little lock up, and James Clennell, the one that stalled it, has also managed to get back past us. So we've dropped 4 positions in the first couple of laps, which isn't great. But now we have a nice pack here, so it should be quite a fun race. A couple of laps later, Chris is still dealing with that issue of grip, so we managed to go up the inside, the same place that he actually managed to go around the outside of us and make it stick. A few laps later, we're following James Hills. He locks up and goes around the outside. The inside of here is such a great move to make a move if you keep the grip. A few laps later, you see a car gone off there, smoking, so we gain another position, and unfortunately right at the end of the race, Kale's there with an issue with the car. See a yellow light in the distance and see some dust in the air, so that's Sam Satchel on the last lap of the race, who's span on the racing line. That was quite terrifying going around that corner quite quickly with him on the racing line. And going slow in front is Adam, so it looks like both of them came together. And both had damage. So I guess I got a bit lucky managing to cross the line P11.
So for race 2 and obviously race 3 as well, we adjusted the gearing to make the gears longer, so I wouldn't need to rely on 6th.
Starting P11 race 2, as a reminder it's a reverse grid for the top 10. So in front of me I've got Craig Pollard, who won the race, and Rob Welham directly in front of me, who's P2. So these guys are going to be fast, going to be hard to keep up with. Much better launch. Rob and Craig have to go round the outside of Tom, my teammate, who had a really bad start, so I get past him. Following everyone through turn 1, turn 2, getting quite close to Rob there. Getting bogged down, so losing some drive there. Got Tom right behind me going through the first chicane. Good drive out of it though. Extending 4th, but Tom's going round the outside. Compromising my line a little bit here. You can kind of take a wet line out of this, it looks like. So Tom sneaking out round the outside. Tom's actually got a special boost button in his car. So a little whiles later, a couple of corners later, you got Sam Satchel trying to make a move in Sunny in. Trying to hold on for Sunny out, but no, I closed the door on him. A few corners later, I lock up. This is the final section of lap 1. Make a mistake on the throttle too early, so deal with that, and then yeah, left the door wide open for Sam. Easy move for him. A few laps later, James Hills has a suspension issue. It brakes when he's going into the braking zone. So he's hard on the brake, it snaps, and it just veers him off. He said that he thought it was going to flip. Fortunately, he didn't. A few laps later, I'm following David here through the fast S's. Still no 6th gear, so I'm struggling to max the car out here. And I see a flashing yellow light in the distance, and there we can see Rob Welham has actually span on the racing line again. And this is what it looked like from Dan Gore's perspective, who was much closer to the incident. Ooh, that was close. A few laps later, following David, looking for an opportunity to overtake him here. Very, very fast section here, and we've gone for a bit of a late lunge down into Sunny Inn. Managed to get the move done. A few laps later, Rob's managed to catch up with us as a F1000 champion would. So we're not going to be able to hold him off for long, but definitely feeling more confident to battle some of the fast guys now, so doing my best to hold him off. But final corner I wasn't any good at, so trying to veer it, trying to get a bit more drive out, but the car's just not very quick in a straight line for some reason this weekend. We lift a little bit here because we saw marshals waving, there was something on track, but didn't really need to. So this is all the way to the end of the race now. That's Adam behind me, who was slowly catching up to me, so I was very happy to see the checkered flag, as Adam was definitely gaining on me. So P9 finish, top 10, 2 positions gained over the race. So on to race 3. You might want to watch a creeping start there by Kales. But we get off the line alright. She tries to go up the inside. So does David, but we managed to stay left, brake nice and late. Might nearly even getting Adam there, but slotting in behind him. Dropping down to 3rd, staying a bit wide here. So you've got both Kales and David up the inside of me, but you've got to go single file through this chicane. Decent exit, although was hesitant getting back on the throttle. Thought I was going to understeer off onto the grass. So following Adam here, Max in 5th out because we don't have 6th. Staying nice and close to Adam here. Good drive in 3rd. Up to 4th, through the S's. Good pace on him here. We're not really a position to go around the outside here. So we do a little switch and go down the inside. Great little move there, but Adam's hanging on around the outside. Adam and I getting quite used to racing each other, so a lot of trust there between the drivers, which you definitely need in that position. Got Kales right behind us now, so good first lap here. Adam going a little bit wide, so we try and go up the inside. He's still hanging on, getting real close to him here. Not really going to go for the dive down the inside, I probably should have. Everyone nice and close, nice close pack, good racing. A few laps later, we've got a bad drive out of the final corner. So David managed to do a fantastic move down there, but we get him back a few corners later into Tower. Then on the exit Tower, we get our gear problem. So he manages to go around the outside, very ballsy, good move there into the SS. But we're not having it. So Max Verstappen, flick, straight line it, get on the brakes so you're not moving on the braking. Great, probably my best move. And here's me just getting the corner completely wrong, keeping the foot pinned on the grass, which wasn't my best move, but it didn't matter. So there's someone going off straight, and unfortunately this brought the yellow flag out, which actually brought the safety car out because they thought it was too dangerous. We did a couple of laps on the safety car, and then here we're allowed to go, and I thought, here we go, one more lap of racing, let us fight for this when we're such a close pack. But no, unfortunately Michael Massey isn't heading up this race, so they didn't let us race, and it was just a quick short run down to the finish line, finishing in P10. So, Donington Park is the last race of the season in 2 weeks' time, on the 12th and 13th of October. This is a huge race weekend for me, because I am currently 3rd in the Clubman Championship, so best of the rest. Only 2 points ahead of Adam Walker, that veteran of F1, been in the sport over 16 years now, who's 2 points behind me. I'm also 11th in the overall championship standings. Adam's still only 2 points behind me in that. I'm only 2 points off Mark Betts, who's in P10. So if I want to achieve a top 10 in my first full race season in F1000, then I'm going to need to beat Mark on track and hopefully beat Adam as well. That's a really tight, only 4 points separate 10, 11 and 12 in the overall championship. So me, Adam and Mark are going to have a really good race. Hopefully. We've taken apart the gearbox since getting back to the shop, and we found why I had no 6th gear. So the selector fork was bent and it wasn't able to select some of the gears. So fingers crossed that I won't have as many gear issues going into the final race of the season, where I desperately need to make sure I'm competitive. So I should have a lot of racing content from that weekend. So make sure you hit that like and subscribe button to follow along. It's going to be really interesting. Thanks for watching.
Very good to be able to hear from Bert Chapman.